Hello and welcome back in my TBR air shelf area. So this is going to be another one of those like unedited videos because I am currently having trouble with my editing program, so I hope this goes quite well, so it's not really needed. So please apologize for like weirdness or non-like editing effects or something. I'm here to talk to you about my April TBR, which is also my magical readathon TBR. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Cece. I do mostly bookish subscription box unboxings, but sometimes I do things like my TBR and like book discussions or something as well. And I have quite the like challenge system set up for myself this year for picking my TBR. So I have quite like a few things that I have to tick off. And my goal is to reach at least 50% of my TBR to be read really in that month. Because last year I had like these overambitious TBRs, which I loved, but I never like really fulfilled what I planned to do. So I wanted to really get better at that and plan a little bit more realistically. And I have a few more challenges which I will talk about. And I have also my list for the Magical Readathon. So for the Magical Readathon, I have pretty much thought about it like the pupils should do right now. Like, keep your options a little bit open because you won't know if your dream career is going to really be your dream career in a couple of years. So we're talking about the owls here, and chances are that by the time I want to take my nudes, I might want to look at a different career path. So right now, my favorite career path that I totally see myself wanting to work in that area is I want to become part of the Ministry of Magic and work in the Department for International Magical Cooperation. If that doesn't work, or if my mind changes, I want to keep my options open to become an auror and why can't I speak today? Or a curse breaker. So I pretty much have to just read them all. So I do have books assigned to all challenges. There's 3 challenges, astronomy, magical creatures, and divination, that are secondary for me. Everything else I really do want to complete. All right, so the first book I want to read in April is the Booksplosion book of the month, and that is To Best the Boys. There it is. And yeah, you can see them all already if you want to look at them, but I'm just going to tell you why I picked them, I guess. And To Best the Boys is also for, where is it? See, that's where the editing would come in handy. It's for Muggle Studies, a contemporary. So I'm not doing a lot more like group reads or book clubs. There's one that I might want to attempt. The Loosely Round Book Club is reading A Curse of Dark and Lonely right now, and I was like, I'm all here for like a Beauty and the Beast story, and this kind of, I'm drawn to this, but look at this like holo cover thing. I mean, that's to die for. So that's a reason to read a book, right? Because the spine's pretty. But the Curse, so Dark and Lonely also would go for herbology, because, let's take it out again, it has plants on the cover. Actually quite like nicely placed. All right. So I have a few buddy reads planned. I'm reading Furyborn with Victoria, and that is not on the list for the Magical Readathon. I am reading Ruin and Rising. I'm also reading Honor Among the Thieves, and Mistborn with Nayla. I really do want to get into the Mistborn series. Heard so many good things, and I am going to love it. I know I'm going to love it. So I really want to get into it. And Ruin and Rising is going to be for Defense Against the Dark Arts because it starts with an R. And Honor Among Thieves is going to be for Arithmancy, where it has more than one author. Now I am reading The Elite and Gilded Wolves with Jen, and The Elite is going to be for Transfiguration. It has a red cover. It's reddish, right? And the Gilded Wolves is for magical creatures because it has an animal on the cover. I mean, it says wolves. It doesn't have a picture, but it has the word. So I feel that that counts, right? The next that I'm reading is with Ilva. It's Unravel Me. And I don't think I have that planned as part of the Magical Readathon. Then I'm going to read God's Grave, and that is a traveling book that has already visited some homes, and some people wrote in it. And this is my first traveling book where like other people already wrote like some notes in it, and I'm quite excited to be a part of this, and I'm really looking forward to read this. And this will also be for Potions to read a sequel. Then I have 3 NetGalley books that I have to get through, and that is Warrior Prime, Breach, and Romanov. And these are also set for, so Warrior Prime is for charms, reading an adult work, and then Breach is for divination for something that is set in the future. Okay, let's get to my personal challenges. So the oldest book on my wish list on Goodreads, so I have like all my want to reads are books that I already own, and my wish list are everything that I at some point just saw and wanted to probably read at one point. And one of the oldest ones is The Busy Executive Diet. I have no idea what I thought about like when I wanted to put it on there, but I do want to at least tap into a few more like non-fiction books, and I just want to like go through the ones that I picked like years ago, and like, why did I pick it? I don't know. Let's just look into it. It's just 150 pages. What's the harm? The book that is one of the oldest on my TBR is Geekerella, and I will read this for Ancient Ruins to read a retelling. Then a new release is going to be Romanov. An old release book, like one of the oldest that I have on my TBR, is Hand of the Goddess, and I want to read that also because I simply want to get more into the Tortal series. I want to get into the world. I heard so many good things about it, and reading Alana, I was not that impressed, but keeping in mind like when it was released and what the audience was, it probably was quite a big thing, and I understand that it's a lot of nostalgic like things for people, but I want to get into the series. I want to understand why people love it so, and I am really hoping that it's gonna pick up a little. I mean, they're short books, so I can give them a chance, right? And Hand of the Goddess is not on it. I thought it was on it. Oh yeah, it was for History of Magic, something that was published 10 years ago. Then a book that is above a 4.5 rating, I picked Breach for that, and I have one book that has like the lowest rating. It's a German book, it's called 10. September, it's only like 145 pages. So again, what's the harm? I'm just gonna like get through it and take it off, and then the next challenges are like my most reviewed non-YA, non-fantasy, and to progress in a series. And I have like already books that fit into these categories, and to progress. And then I have one more, and that is for astronomy. I have picked Starlight. There it is, because that's the only thing that I couldn't cover with my TBR already, because I didn't have already one that has a star in the title. Yeah, so this is it. I know it's an ambitious TBR again, but I did really well in March. I didn't finish all the books, and I wish I would have, but I think I read over 10 books, which is awesome. And if I can do the same again, I'm a happy camper. So altogether, I have set my TBR to be 6,604 pages, which I already know is going to be a bit too much, because that is coming down to 220 pages. And I think it's very unrealistic that I'm going to read consistently more than 200 pages a day. Lately, my weekends were kind of bad reading days. I usually catch up on the weekend, and then I read like 400, 500 pages, and I catch up for what I didn't do during the week. But lately, my weekends were like 50-page days, so that's really bad, but you know, priorities just change sometimes, and hey, I still read a ton of books, and I'm ahead of my Goodreads goal, which is all fine. So I am happy with that. So this is my TBR for the month of April. I am stoked about this. There's so many things on it that I am so eager to read and that I'm so looking forward to. There's a good mixture of different genres and different like type of books. So I think this should be a good reading month. Yeah, a good reading month. So I am now going to see what you guys are going to be reading for the Magical Readathon. I am stoked. This is my favorite readathon of the year, and I cannot wait to start. Actually, I could have started 5 days ago because I did the charms like in December, and I totally could have started, but you know what? It would have totally messed with my March TBR, and that's why I didn't. It's just how it is. All right. I really hope that I'm going to be able to fix my editing software soon. Why am I always staring at like the button that like on my phone? I'm typing on my phone right now because like of the editing situation. And instead of looking at the lens the whole time, I'm looking at like the red dot to start and stop taping. I don't know, I'm so drawn to the red. So sorry for not looking at you the whole time. I'm just drawn to the red dot. All right, this is it. I have to stop now. And yeah, it's like only 2 more hours for me. And then it's going to be April 1st and I can start. What am I going to start with? See you again soon. Bye.